Vamos, Maxima.
Welcome back to the Chamber of Theories. We're going on another deep dive today.
Ooh, exciting. Where are we headed?
Well, I thought today we could explore some wizarding schools.
Wizarding schools. I mean, we all know and love Hogwarts.
Of course.
But what about the others? The ones tucked away in far-flung corners of the globe?
Exactly. Beyond the familiar halls of Hogwarts, there's a whole world of magical education waiting to be discovered.
I've always been fascinated by those other schools, each one a microcosm of its own culture.
Right, reflecting the unique magical traditions and practices of its region.
It's like having a magical atlas.
With each school, a new and fascinating country to explore.
I love that analogy.
I'm Nolan, by the way, your humble Hufflepuff as always.
And I'm Celia, wise bride of Ravenclaw.
So Celia, are you ready to pack your magical trunk and embark on a global tour of wizarding education?
Absolutely. Let's start with a school that's shrouded in mystery.
Oh, good pick.
Koldovstoretz, hidden somewhere in the vast expanse of Russia.
Ah, Koldovstoretz. So secretive, it doesn't even have an official entry in the Wizarding World Records.
Exactly. It makes you wonder what they're brewing up in there.
Literally and figuratively.
Right. They're known for producing incredibly skilled potion masters.
And they have a unique Quidditch tradition.
Oh, tell me about it.
Playing on entire trees instead of broomsticks.
Entire trees. Wow. Can you imagine the agility required to navigate those branches at high speed?
It's mind-boggling.
It definitely challenges our perception of Quidditch, doesn't it?
It does. And speaking of challenging perceptions, let's journey to another school with a bit of a reputation.
Ooh, which one?
Durmstrang Institute. Located somewhere in the icy landscapes of Northern Europe.
Ah, Durmstrang. The movie's painted a rather, well, stark picture.
Yeah, all dark and brooding with a focus on the dark arts.
And an almost exclusively male student body. But is that really the whole story?
Exactly. Durmstrang has a complicated reputation and it's worth digging a bit deeper.
I agree. While they do have a history of producing dark wizards like Grindelwald.
He was expelled, remember, for his extreme practices.
True. That's a good point.
Doesn't that suggest they have a more nuanced approach to the dark arts than is often assumed?
It does make you wonder if they teach about the dark arts from a more defensive perspective, understanding them to better combat them.
Perhaps. Or maybe, like many institutions, their reputation is based on a few individuals, rather than a school-wide philosophy.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like judging an entire country based on its most notorious citizens.
Right. It's a reminder that there's always more to the story.
More than meets the eye.
Now, for a complete change of scenery, let's head to sunny Brazil.
Oh, I'm ready for some sunshine.
Home to Castelobruxo, nestled deep within the Amazon rainforest.
Oh, Castelobruxo. I've read so much about it. A stunning edifice blending seamlessly into the lush rainforest.
I can practically hear the exotic birds singing.
Students in vibrant green robes.
It sounds like a paradise for anyone with a passion for herbology or magizoology.
Doesn't it?
Bill Weasley nearly had an exchange program there.
Oh, right. I'd forgotten about that.
Things didn't quite work out for him, though.
Shame. It seems like such a welcoming atmosphere.
It does, hosting students from all over the world.
I wonder, do you think their location, surrounded by such biodiversity, could foster a sense of interconnectedness and openness?
It's an intriguing thought.
Yeah.
Maybe being immersed in that kind of natural wonder encourages a more holistic view of the world.
Promoting collaboration and understanding between different cultures.
Now let's venture to the African continent, home to the oldest and largest wizarding school in the world.
Ooh, which one is that?
Uagadou. Over 1,000 years old.
1,000 years.
Located somewhere in the breathtaking mountains of the moon.
I can only imagine studying magic in a place steeped in such ancient history and natural beauty.
And not just any magic.
What do you mean?
At Uagadou, students don't rely on wands.
No wands. That's incredible.
They focus on wandless magic.
That suggests an incredibly deep connection to their magical abilities.
A level of control and precision that most wizards and witches can only dream of.
It makes their selection process even more fascinating.
Oh, how so?
Instead of receiving a letter, students are chosen by a dream messenger who leaves a stone token while they sleep.
A dream messenger. A stone token.
Can you imagine waking up one morning with proof of your magical abilities delivered in a dream?
That's amazing. Makes our Hogwarts letters seem a bit mundane, doesn't it?
It does add a touch of mystique and wonder to the whole experience.
Okay, before I get too envious of these Uagadou students, let's move on to a school that's a bit closer to Hogwarts in terms of, well, competitive spirit.
Oh, tell me more.
Beauxbatons Academy of Magic.
Beauxbaton, known for its elegance, its stunning students, and its fierce rivalry with our beloved Hogwarts.
Exactly.
Beauxbatons is shrouded in an air of romance and refinement, isn't it?
It is. Located somewhere in the Pyrenees Mountains, nestled between France and Spain.
I can just picture students strolling through picturesque courtyards.
Practicing spells with a touch of Parisian flair.
And don't forget about their Quidditch team.
They've won the Triwizard Tournament a staggering 62 times.
62. Wow.
Making them Hogwarts' biggest rival.
They're only one win behind, you know?
I know. Don't remind me.
The Triwizard Tournament, a legendary competition.
Bringing together the best young wizards and witches from 3 prominent European schools.
It's a fascinating glimpse into how these schools interact, showcasing their unique magical styles and traditions.
Speaking of unique styles, let's hop across the globe to Mahoutokoro School of Magic.
Mahoutokoro. Where's that one?
Perched atop a volcanic island in Japan.
A volcanic island.
Imagine a school where the very architecture blends seamlessly into the misty landscape.
Built with shimmering white nephrite that makes it almost invisible.
And the students, starting their magical education at the tender age of 7.
7? That's so young.
They wear enchanted robes that change color to reflect their academic progress.
Color-changing robes. How cool is that?
Starting with a lovely pink and gradually shifting to a brilliant gold as they master their subjects.
It's like a visual representation of their magical journey.
There's one color, though, that no student wants to see. White.
White. What does that mean?
A white robe signifies criminal activity and results in immediate expulsion.
Wow. Talk about high stakes.
It highlights the importance of discipline and integrity at Mahoutokoro, doesn't it?
It really does. It's a system that emphasizes not just magical skill, but also moral character.
And speaking of skill, Mahoutokoro is known for producing some of the world's most talented Quidditch players.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed that.
They train in incredibly challenging conditions, battling volcanic winds and unpredictable weather patterns.
Can you imagine the level of focus and determination required to excel in that kind of environment?
It's no wonder they're such formidable opponents on the Quidditch pitch.
That kind of rigorous training would forge both physical and mental resilience.
Now let's journey to North America, to the only wizarding school on this continent.
Ooh, I'm excited to learn about this one.
Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, located in the misty peaks of Mount Greylock in Massachusetts.
Mount Greylock, I've heard of that. It's beautiful up there.
It boasts a fascinating history blending Native American magical traditions with European wizarding heritage.
A blend of cultures and magical practices. That's so interesting.
Ilvermorny was founded by a nomad, James Stewart, and his wife Isolde Sayre.
A nomad. Wait, wasn't it Isolde?
A descendant of Salazar Slytherin himself.
Wow, what a story. It's a testament to the idea that magic can blossom anywhere, bridging cultural divides and creating something truly unique.
Their house system is quite interesting too.
Tell me about it.
Horned Serpent, Wampus, Thunderbird, and Pukwudgie.
I love those names. So evocative.
Each one represents different aspects of magic and personality, drawing inspiration from creatures found in Native American folklore.
And their selection process.
It's unique too.
How does it work?
Instead of a sorting hat, new students stand on an enchanted Gordian knot.
A Gordian knot, like the one Alexander the Great cut.
While 4 wooden statues representing the houses react to their presence.
That's fascinating. So the statues choose the students.
In a way, yes. It's a magical and symbolic way of determining where each student belongs.
And speaking of belonging,
let's not forget our own alma mater.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, the grand dame of magical education.
Located in the Scottish Highlands, a place where magic seems to seep from every stone and every whispering portrait.
Hogwarts, with its iconic sorting hat, its moving staircases, and its secret passages, holds a special place in our hearts, doesn't it?
It does. It's a school that's both familiar and endlessly surprising.
A place where generations of witches and wizards have discovered their magical potential.
And speaking of magical potential, let's take a closer look at Hogwarts' selection process.
Oh, you mean with the Book of Admittance and the Quill of Acceptance?
Exactly. Working in tandem to identify those with true magical ability.
It's a system designed to remove any human bias,
ensuring that only those with the potential for magic are granted entry.
And once inside, they're exposed to a world of wonder and possibility guided by dedicated professors and surrounded by ancient traditions.
It's like stepping into a living history book.
Of course, we all know Hogwarts is bursting at the seams with secrets.
Oh, absolutely. So many hidden nooks and crannies.
Only those with a certain special map truly understand the depths of its magic.
Speaking of Hogwarts, I was reading that Minerva McGonagall is now the headmistress,
She is a formidable witch with a heart of gold,
carrying on Dumbledore's legacy.
with familiar faces like Neville Longbottom, Madam Hooch, and even Hagrid still there, guiding a new generation of witches and wizards.
It's heartwarming to think about.
It's like a magical family reunion.
It really is. It warms my heart to know that Hogwarts continues to thrive, shaping young minds and nurturing magical talents.
But before we get lost in nostalgia, let's circle back to Ilvermorny for a moment.
Oh, good idea. I'm eager to learn more about that one.
As the only North American wizarding school, it holds a special significance for our listeners on this side of the pond.
Absolutely. It's a story of resilience, resourcefulness, and a deep connection to both the magical and non-magical worlds.
It's a testament to the idea that magic can flourish anywhere, weaving itself into the fabric of a culture and creating something truly special.
Plus, there's something undeniably enchanting about Ilvermorny's connection to Native American folklore and mythology.
I agree. The four houses draw inspiration from creatures and spirits found in these traditions.
Adding another layer of depth and meaning to the Ilvermorny experience.
It's a school that celebrates diversity, both in its student body and its magical practices.
Blending the old and the new in a way that's both fascinating and inspiring.
It's a reminder that magic isn't confined to ancient castles or far-off lands.
Right.
It can be found in the most unexpected places, often blending seamlessly with the history and folklore of the land itself.
Like hidden magic waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. Ilvermorny is a school that honors its past while embracing the future.
A place where imagination and possibility reign supreme.
Imagine the stories that could unfold within those walls.
It makes you want to pack your bags and head to Mount Greylock right now.
Doesn't it? We've only scratched the surface here, but hopefully we've sparked your curiosity to delve deeper into the world of Ilvermorny.
There's a whole world of magical lore waiting to be explored.
And who knows, maybe someday we'll get the chance to visit Ilvermorny ourselves and experience its magic firsthand.
That would be an adventure for the ages.
It would. But for now, we'll have to content ourselves with exploring its history and traditions from afar.
And what a fascinating exploration it's been.
It has. From the frozen north to the heart of the Amazon, we've journeyed through a world of magical diversity.
Uncovering the unique qualities of each school and considering their impact on the wider wizarding community.
It's been a whirlwind of a tour, but I'm already itching to learn more.
Me too.
Ready for the next leg of our journey, Celia?
Absolutely. It's fascinating how these magical schools, really reflect their surroundings.
Oh, absolutely. Like geographically and culturally?
Exactly. Take Uagadou, for instance. Situated in the Mountains of the Moon. They have a long tradition of astronomy and alchemy.
Makes sense, right? Reflecting Africa's deep connection to the night sky and ancient healing practices.
It's like the magic itself is woven into the very fabric of the land.
And it's not just Uagadou. Castelobruxo, nestled deep in the Amazon, excels in herbology and magazoology.
With that vibrant ecosystem at their doorstep.
It's almost as if the rainforest whispers its secrets to them.
The magic is practically tangible in a place like that.
And then there's Mahoutokoro on that volcanic island.
Oh yeah, their emphasis on discipline, honor, and self-mastery.
Aligns with aspects of Japanese culture that value precision and dedication.
Even their color-changing robes speak to a deep respect for tradition and achievement.
It's almost like the environment itself shapes the magic,
molding it to fit the unique rhythms and values of the culture.
It makes you wonder, does magic adapt to the wizard, or does the wizard adapt to the magic?
Ooh, that's a deep one. A question philosophers have pondered for centuries, I'm sure.
But let's bring our focus back to Ilvermorny.
Nestled in the misty peaks of Mount Greylock.
Its history is unlike any other school we've discussed.
Born from a blend of nomad ingenuity and a lineage tied to one of the most notorious wizards in history, Salazar Slytherin.
It's an intriguing paradox, isn't it?
It is! You have James Stewart, the No-Match founder, fascinated by the magical world, eager to learn.
And then you have Isolde Serre carrying the weight of a family legacy steeped in darkness, yet choosing to create a school that embraces both magical and non-magical perspectives.
And that fusion of perspectives seems to be at the heart of Ilvermorny's identity.
They value resourcefulness, practicality,
and the exploration of deeper magical mysteries.
It's like they've found a way to bridge two worlds.
Creating a space where magic is both grounded and transcendent.
Speaking of bridging worlds, we can't forget the influence of Native American folklore on Ilvermorny's house system.
The horned serpent, wampus, thunderbird, and pukwudgie each embody different aspects of magic and personality,
Drawing on rich traditions that predate the arrival of European magic in North America.
It speaks to a reverence for the land and its history, acknowledging the magic that existed long before wands and cauldrons arrived on the scene.
It's a beautiful reminder that magic takes many forms.
Weaving itself into the stories and beliefs of every culture.
It makes you wonder how much of that indigenous magic is woven into Ilvermorny's curriculum?
Are students learning about the magical properties of local plants? Or perhaps studying ancient rituals passed down through generations?
Now that's a thought. And it raises another question. How do these schools with such distinct traditions interact with each other?
Do they share knowledge and magical practices?
Are there rivalries beyond the friendly competition of the Triwizard Tournament?
We know that the Triwizard Tournament offers a glimpse into how Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Durmstrang approach magic,
highlighting their unique styles and strengths.
But beyond these orchestrated events, how much cross-cultural exchange occurs within the global wizarding community?
It's a fascinating thing to consider.
Do young witches and wizards from Castelobruxo ever dream of studying at Uagadou, eager to master wandless magic?
Or perhaps a Mahoutokoro student seeks to unlock the secrets of potion making at Koldovstoretz.
It opens up a world of possibilities, doesn't it?
Imagine the exchange of knowledge, the blending of traditions, the potential for innovation that could arise from such collaborations.
But let's shift our perspective for a moment. We've talked about these schools as centers of learning and cultural exchange,
Right.
but they also serve a vital purpose.
Yeah.
Preparing young witches and wizards for careers in the magical world.
Oh, good point. It's like any other education system.
You're not just learning for the sake of learning.
You're acquiring skills and knowledge that will shape your future path.
So, what kind of career paths might be popular for graduates of each school?
Well, a graduate from Koldovstoretz, with their exceptional potion-making abilities, might be highly sought after by apothecaries or potion brewing companies.
Oh, for sure. They could be developing new healing elixirs, experimental concoctions.
Or perhaps even working on the cutting edge of magical cosmetics.
And someone from Uagadou, with their mastery of wandless magic, might find themselves drawn to roles that require precision.
And a deep understanding of magical energy.
Perhaps they become healers, working with delicate charms and subtle manipulations of magical force.
Or they could even become researchers, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with wandless magic.
So many possibilities.
And what about a Beauxbatons graduate?
With their refined manners and inherent grace.
They might excel in diplomacy, perhaps working for the Ministry of Magic and International Relations.
Ooh, I like that. Or maybe they leverage their charm and magical finesse to become successful entrepreneurs,
enchanting the world with their innovative creations.
It's fascinating to consider how these schools, with their unique strengths and specializations, funnel talent into different sectors of the wizarding world.
They're not just shaping individuals.
They're shaping the very fabric of magical society.
But let's bring our focus back to Ilvermorny for a moment.
Given its blend of no-mage ingenuity and traditional wizarding skills, what kind of career paths might be popular for graduates of this particular school?
Well, Ilvermorny graduates strike me as adaptable and resourceful,
capable of thinking outside the box,
and finding solutions where others might see only obstacles.
They'd likely be drawn to careers that combine creativity, problem solving,
and perhaps a touch of the unconventional.
It's like they've got that entrepreneurial spirit.
That drive to innovate and push the boundaries of what's possible with magic.
Maybe they'd become inventors, crafting new magical tools and gadgets.
Or perhaps they'd be drawn to careers that involve interacting with the non-magical world.
Finding ways to bridge the gap and use their magic to benefit both communities.
They could be the pioneers of magical integration.
Advocating for understanding and cooperation between wizards and no-mages.
It's an exciting possibility, especially considering the historical tensions between these two worlds.
It is. Speaking of history, let's take a moment to reflect on the legacy of these magical schools.
Some of them have been around for centuries, witnessing countless historical events,
shaping the course of magical history,
and leaving an indelible mark on the world.
It's humbling to consider their enduring impact.
They've served as repositories of knowledge, safeguarding ancient traditions,
and passing down the secrets of magic from one generation to the next.
They've fostered innovation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with magic.
And shaping the evolution of spells, potions, and magical artifacts.
But their legacy goes beyond just academics and research.
They've also played a pivotal role in shaping the values and beliefs of the wizarding world.
Each school, with its unique ethos and traditions, instills in its students a certain way of thinking.
A code of conduct that influences their actions long after they've left the classroom.
Think about Hogwarts, for instance.
Its emphasis on courage, loyalty, and a strong moral compass has shaped generations of witches and wizards.
Influencing their decisions and guiding their actions in times of both peace and turmoil.
And even schools with more controversial reputations, like Durmstrang, have produced notable figures who ultimately defied those stereotypes.
Viktor Krum, for example,
while initially appearing intimidating and aloof,
proved to be a skilled and honorable wizard,
challenging our assumptions about the school that shaped him.
It's a reminder that these institutions are complex, multifaceted,
and capable of producing individuals who both uphold and challenge the values they've inherited.
Now, considering Ilvermorny's relatively young age compared to Hogwarts or Uagadou, what kind of legacy might it build over time?
What impact could it have on the shaping of the North American wizarding community?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ilvermorny is still in its formative years, forging its own path,
defining its place within the global magical tapestry.
Its unique blend of cultures and traditions could become a beacon for a new era of magic in North America.
One that embraces both the ancient and the modern, the indigenous and the imported.
It's a school that's both rooted in history and looking towards the future,
balancing a reverence for the past with a hunger for innovation.
And that duality, I think, is at the heart of its potential legacy.
It's a school that dares to be different,
to forge its own path,
and to embrace the dynamism of a rapidly evolving magical landscape.
It's a school that's not afraid to challenge the status quo,
to question old assumptions,
and to explore new possibilities.
And in that spirit of exploration and innovation, I think Ilvermorny has the potential to become a force for positive change within the wizarding world.
And that sense of community, of shared purpose, seems to be particularly strong at Ilvermorny. A recognition that true strength lies in unity and in the embrace of diversity.
It's a beautiful legacy, isn't it?
It is, and it's something that sets Ilvermorny apart from other schools that might have longer histories or more established pedigrees.
It's a school that's still finding its way, still defining its identity.
But it's doing so with a heart full of compassion and a spirit of inclusivity.
And that's something truly special.
Something worth celebrating.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's raise a glass, or rather a wand, to Ilvermorny.
A school that embodies the best of what magic can be.
A force for good, a source of wonder, and a catalyst for positive change.
Now let's shift our focus to the academic side of things.
What can we glean about the magical education students receive at Ilvermorny?
It seems to offer a well-rounded curriculum,
covering all the core magical disciplines like charms, transfiguration, potions, and herbology.
But there's also a strong emphasis on practical application, innovation,
and perhaps even a dash of no-mage ingenuity.
It makes sense considering James Stewart's influence.
He was a no-mage, fascinated by magic, eager to learn and experiment.
That spirit of curiosity and resourcefulness seems to be woven into the very fabric of the school.
It's like they're encouraging students to not just master the fundamentals,
but to think critically, to find creative solutions,
and to push the boundaries of what's possible with magic.
And let's not forget about the potential integration of Native American magical traditions into the curriculum.
Imagine learning about the magical properties of indigenous plants.
Or studying ancient rituals and spells passed down through generations.
It would add such a rich and unique dimension to their magical education.
It's like blending the scientific rigor of traditional European magic with the wisdom and intuition of a completely different magical system.
The possibilities for innovation and discovery are endless.
And speaking of possibilities, let's talk about the selection process at Ilvermorny.
That enchanted Gordian knot and those reactive statues.
It's such a departure from the sorting hat ceremony we're familiar with at Hogwarts.
It's a more active process, isn't it?
It's not just about being sorted.
It's about the statues responding to your potential, to your unique magical signature.
It suggests that Ilvermorny values self-discovery, personal choice,
and the recognition that every student brings something special to the table.
And it's a visually stunning ceremony, I imagine.
Those wooden statues coming to life, reacting to the presence of magic, choosing their students.
It must be a truly awe-inspiring experience.
Speaking of awe-inspiring, let's delve into those 4 houses a bit deeper.
What can you tell us about the distinct personalities and values embodied by the Horned Serpent, Wampus, Thunderbird, and Pukwudgie.
The horned serpent, as we mentioned earlier, represents knowledge and wisdom.
Students sorted into this house are known for their sharp intellect
Their thirst for knowledge.
and their ability to see the bigger picture.
They're the strategists, the philosophers, the ones who always have a plan.
They're the ones you want on your trivia team, that's for sure.
And then we have the Wampus, symbolizing strength and loyalty.
Wampus students are the warriors, the protectors, the ones who always have your back,
They're fierce, courageous.
and fiercely devoted to their friends and family,
They're the ones you want on your Quidditch team.
ready to face any challenge head on.
Now, the Thunderbird, associated with power and adventure,
Is a house for the risk takers, the explorers.
the ones who crave new experiences and push the boundaries of the known world.
They're the ones who are always up for a challenge, eager to test their limits and soar to new heights.
They're probably the ones who sneak out to explore the Forbidden Forest after curfew.
I bet you're right. And lastly, we have the Pukwudgie, known for his healing abilities and deep connection to nature.
Pukwudgie students are the healers, the caretakers,
The ones who prioritize the well-being of others.
and find solace in the natural world.
They're the ones who mend your broken bones after a rough Quidditch match, offer a listening ear when you're feeling down.
And probably have the best herb gardens in the entire school.
It's a fascinating system, isn't it?
4 houses, each representing a different aspect of magic and personality, all coming together to create a vibrant and diverse community.
It's a reminder that there's no one right way to be a witch or wizard,
What matters is finding your tribe, embracing your strength.
and using your magic to make a positive impact on the world.
And speaking of the world, let's venture beyond the classroom walls for a moment
Okay.
and consider what life might be like for an Ilvermorny student.
What kind of extracurricular activities, traditions, and social events might they enjoy?
Well, given their location in North America, it's safe to assume they've got their own unique spin on traditional wizarding games and sports.
Maybe they've got a magical version of Quidditch, adapted to the rugged terrain and unpredictable weather of Mount Greylock.
Imagine teams of witches and wizards soaring through the air, navigating snowstorms and dodging mountain peaks.
It would be a spectacle unlike any other.
And what about their social clubs and organizations?
I bet they have groups for everything from potion making and herbology to dueling and magical creature care.
And given their connection to Native American folklore, they might have societies dedicated to preserving magical traditions and stories.
Imagine gathering around a crackling fire
Listening to elders share tales of ancient spirits, powerful spells.
and the hidden magic of the land.
It would be a way of connecting to the rich history and culture that surrounds them, grounding their magic in something ancient and profound.
And speaking of culture, what kind of festivals and celebrations might they have at Ilvermorny?
They'd probably celebrate all the traditional wizarding holidays, like Halloween and Christmas.
But I bet they also have unique celebrations inspired by Native American traditions or the changing seasons,
Imagine a vibrant harvest festival,
honoring the bounty of the land,
and giving thanks for the magic of nature.
or the winter solstice celebration filled with light and warmth to chase away the darkness of the longest night.
It would be a beautiful blend of cultures and traditions.
A testament to the diversity and inclusivity that seems to be at the heart of Ilvermorny's identity.
And speaking of diversity, what can we speculate about the student body at Ilvermorny?
It's the only wizarding school in North America.
So it's likely to attract students from all walks of life,
From bustling cities to remote villages.
representing a wide range of backgrounds, beliefs, and magical abilities.
Imagine classrooms filled with students eager to learn
To grow,
and to make their mark on the world.
each bringing their unique perspective and experiences to the table.
It would be a truly vibrant and dynamic community, wouldn't it?
A melting pot of magical talent and potential.
All united by their love of magic and their thirst for knowledge.
And that diversity would enrich the learning experience for everyone.
Imagine the exchange of ideas, the sharing of traditions,
The friendships that would form between students from different backgrounds.
all bound together by their shared passion for magic.
It would be a testament to the unifying power of magic.
Its ability to transcend differences and bring people together.
Well, I think we've painted a pretty vivid picture of Ilvermorny, haven't we?
It's a school that's both familiar and unique.
A place that honors tradition while embracing innovation.
A school built on love, family, and a deep respect for the magic of the land.
It's a school brimming with potential
Poised to shape the future of magic in North America.
and leave its own indelible mark on the wizarding world.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive into Ilvermorny,
There's one final question we need to address.
What does it truly mean to be an Ilvermorny graduate?
What kind of legacy do they carry with them into the world?
That's a profound question.
I think at its core, being an Ilvermorny graduate means embodying the values that have been woven into the very fabric of the school.
Inclusivity, compassion,
Respect for all forms of magic.
and a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of the world.
It means being a bridge builder, someone who can navigate between different worlds, cultures, and perspectives.
Fostering understanding and cooperation wherever they go.
It means being a problem solver
Approaching challenges with creativity, resourcefulness.
and a determination to find solutions that benefit the greater good.
It means being a protector,
Standing up for what's right,
fighting against injustice and prejudice.
and using their magic to safeguard those who are vulnerable.
And most importantly, I think it means being a beacon of hope.
Someone who believes in the power of magic to make the world a better, brighter, and more magical place.
So, to all the Ilvermorny graduates out there, past, present, and future, we salute you.
You are the inheritors of a rich and vibrant legacy.
And the future of magic is in your capable hands.
Go forth and make us proud. I love it.
But shifting gears a bit, I'm also curious about the potential challenges these schools face.
Even with their long histories and established traditions.
Exactly.
Ah, yes. Even magical institutions aren't immune to the complexities of the world,
One of the most pressing challenges
as we've touched upon earlier.
is the ever-present need for secrecy.
In an age of instant communication and global interconnectedness,
Maintaining the statute of secrecy becomes increasingly difficult.
one viral video,
One careless social media post.
and the whole magical world could be exposed.
It must be like walking a tightrope,
Balancing the need to protect their world,
with the desire to connect, to collaborate.
to share the wonder of magic with those who might appreciate it.
And then there's the constant threat of dark magic.
No matter how secure their defenses, how vigilant their safeguards,
There's always the risk of infiltration.
of dark forces seeking to exploit or corrupt the power of magic.
Think about the attacks on Hogwarts,
The rise of Voldemort.
the influence of Grindelwald.
It's a sobering reminder.
That even in the most magical of places, darkness can find a foothold.
And it's not just external threats they have to worry about,
There's also the internal challenge of maintaining order,
of managing the influx of new students each year,
of addressing issues like bullying, prejudice,
and the inevitable conflicts that arise in any community.
magical or otherwise.
It's like running a small city
But with wands and potions thrown into the mix.
and finding qualified professors,
Individuals who are not only experts in their field,
but also skilled educators capable of inspiring and nurturing young minds.
that's got to be a challenge in itself.
It's no small feat, that's for sure.
It requires a special kind of dedication.
A passion for both magic and for sharing that passion with the next generation.
But speaking of the next generation, let's zoom in on the student experience for a moment.
Okay.
I'm curious about what it would be like to actually attend one of these schools.
What kind of social dynamics might exist?
Are there inter-house rivalries, school-wide pranks?
Secret societies?
Oh, I imagine there's just as much drama and excitement within the walls of these schools as in any non-magical institution.
Think about the competitive spirit of the Hogwarts houses,
The Gryffindor-Slytherin rivalry.
the mischief of the Weasley twins.
And those are just the stories we know about.
Imagine the untold tales, the whispered legends,
The secret societies passed down through generations,
each with their own rituals, traditions.
and perhaps even a touch of mischief.
It's a world ripe with possibilities, isn't it?
It is. And it's all happening against the backdrop of learning powerful magic, mastering intricate spells.
And brewing potent potions.
It makes you wonder what kind of student you would be, Celia.
Oh, me?
Which house would you be sorted into?
That's a tough one.
What subjects would you excel at?
I'd like to think I'd land in Ravenclaw, of course,
Of course.
but perhaps with a dash of Gryffindor courage and a sprinkle of Hufflepuff loyalty.
As for subjects,
I'd be drawn to charms, but who knows, maybe potions would surprise me.
with its blend of science and intuition,
See, even seasoned witches and wizards can be surprised by the twists and turns of magical education.
well, I think we've taken our listeners on quite the magical journey today, Celia.
We have, exploring the hidden corners of the wizarding world and unearthing a treasure trove of knowledge and speculation.
It's been an enlightening and inspiring exploration,
And I hope it's left our listeners with a renewed sense of wonder.
and a thirst for further discovery.
I like that. a thirst for discovery.
Because the world of magic is vast and ever-expanding,
With countless mysteries waiting to be unraveled.
and endless possibilities for those who dare to dream.
So until next time,
Keep your wands at the ready.
and remember,
The chamber awaits.
Lumos Maxima.